My modern and unstoppable seniors, let me ask you something that no one's probably ever told you directly. What if you didn't have to walk miles every day to stay healthy, strong, and full of life after 60? For decades, walking has been seen as the go-to gold standard for aging well. And don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic habit when it's available. But what happens when walking gets harder? When arthritis, balance issues, fatigue, or pain make it feel more like a chore than a joy? Here's the truth that so many seniors need to hear today. Walking is not the only way to live a long, vibrant life. In fact, independent and mentally sharp even if walking isn't in the cards today. That's exactly what we're diving into today, right here on Wellness for Modern Seniors. Because my modern and unstoppable seniors, your age doesn't limit your vitality, your habits do. And when you update those habits, everything else can change. We've gathered 5 incredibly effective, research-backed daily habits that seniors can do without stepping outside, without fancy equipment, and without risking injury. These habits don't just help you survive, they help you thrive, no matter what your mobility looks like right now. So let's start strong with habit number 1. This one's gentle, calming, and powerful enough to change the way your body moves every single day. Habit number 1, stretching, the hidden superpower of longevity. There's one practice that quietly supports your muscles, joints, brain, and blood flow all at once. It's stretching. Now, I'm not talking about twisting yourself like a pretzel or doing hour-long yoga classes. I'm talking about gentle, daily stretches, the kind that wakes your body up with kindness, not force. Doctors have found that just 10 to 15 minutes of consistent stretching each day can lead to improved mobility and balance, better blood circulation, less stiffness, especially in the hips, shoulders, and spine, and most importantly, it can make everyday activities feel easier. Now here's something most people forget. Stretching isn't just about muscles. It's about tendons, joints, nerves, and even the brain's communication with the body. When you stretch, you're telling your body, hey, we're still in this together. Let me introduce you to someone I once met, Margaret, age 84. Margaret never liked exercise, and when her knees started giving her trouble, she thought her active years were over. But her physical therapist taught her a series of chair-based stretches. That was 5 years ago. Today, she still does her morning stretches right from her recliner every single day. I may not walk for, she told me with a smile, but I sure move better than most people my age. And that's the magic of stretching, my modern and unstoppable seniors. It doesn't replace walking, it prepares you for walking. And on days you can't walk, it protects your body from stiffening, weakening, or giving in to the aging process. Here's a simple stretch routine you can try right now. Sit tall in a chair. Roll your shoulders backward and forward. Slowly raise both arms over your head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you bring them down. Tilt gently to the left and right. Flex your feet and rotate your ankles. Twist gently from your waist, side to side. Each of these movements done softly and slowly signals to your body that it's still loved, still used, still strong. So before you grab your morning tea or coffee tomorrow, try just 3 or 4 of these stretches. You might be amazed how alive and awake your body feels afterward. Stretching is not a warm-up for life, is life. It's your way of saying, I'm not done yet. I still move. I still matter. And that's just the beginning. Habit number 2, strength that safeguards your freedom, my modern and unstoppable seniors. Have you ever noticed how something as simple as standing up from a chair or carrying groceries starts to feel heavier with time? It's not just aging, it's the quiet loss of strength, and it's more common than you think. Doctors have a term for it. Sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that begins as early as age 30 and speeds up after 60. But here's the good news. You can slow it, stop it, or even reverse it. And no, you don't need a gym or dumbbells to do it. That brings us to our second daily habit, one that experts say is even more essential than cardio as you age. Light resistance movements. These are small, controlled actions that use your own body weight or simple tools like resistance bands or even water bottles. And let me tell you, my modern and unstoppable seniors, this habit isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. It's about protecting your freedom. Why? Because strength isn't just about muscles. It's about keeping your independence. It's the difference between needing help out of bed or doing it yourself between fearing a fall or catching yourself with confidence. So how do you start? Here are 3 resistance movements any senior can try, even from a chair. 1. Seated leg raises. Sit upright, feet flat. Lift one leg straight out, hold for 3 seconds, and lower it. Do 10 reps on each leg. What it helps: strengthens thighs, knees, and core. 2. Wall push-up. Stand facing a wall, arms outstretched. Place palms on the wall and slowly lean. In bending your elbows, push back to your start position. Do 10 to 15 reps. What it helps: strengthens arms, shoulders, and chest. Great for balance and fall prevention. 3. Water bottle curls. Grab 2 water bottles or canned goods. Sit or stand. Curl your arms up slowly, hold, and lower back down. Repeat 10 times. What it helps: builds strength in your arms and keeps those joints active. Now here's the science-backed bonus. Strength exercises also boost bone density, improve blood sugar control, and reduce inflammation. All major players in the fight against aging-related diseases. A study from Tufts University found that just 2 days a week of basic strength training in older adults led to significant improvements in posture, energy, and even mood. Let me share a quick story. George, 91. Living alone in Vermont, he couldn't walk more than 100 feet without feeling like he'd collapse. His daughter got him a set of resistance bands and a list of seated workouts. Within 6 months, George wasn't just walking farther, he was taking out his own trash and even cooking for himself again. "I feel like I bought back 5 years of my life," he said. "My modern and unstoppable seniors." Strength isn't just about how you move, it's about how you live. The more muscle you have, the more you can do, feel, and enjoy, whether that's hugging your grandkids, gardening, or dancing in your living room. So today, carve out just 10 minutes for simple strength. It's not about lifting heavy weights, it's about lifting your life. And that leads us to an often forgotten, but absolutely critical habit you'll want to include in your daily routine. Habit number 3, breathing that boosts your brain and heart, my modern and unstoppable seniors. Here's a question for you. When was the last time you actually noticed your breathing? I don't mean when you were out of breath. I mean when you sat still and became aware of each inhale and exhale. It might sound simple or even a bit silly, but doctors are now revealing that your breath might be your greatest untapped medicine. Yes, really. Your breathing patterns affect your heart, your brain, your immune system, even your memory. And the best part? Unlike many health tools, this one is free, always with you, and takes just 5 minutes a day. Let's dive into it. Why breathing matters so much at your age. As we age, our lungs lose elasticity and the diaphragm weakens. Shallow breathing becomes more common, leading to less oxygen in the blood, less energy, and sometimes even anxiety or poor sleep. But doctors are finding that intentional breathing exercises can reverse these effects, especially in seniors over 70. A study from the University of Colorado Boulder found that older adults who practiced resisted breathing, we'll explain that in a second, for just 5 minutes a day saw lower blood pressure, sharper thinking, better sleep, and even improved vascular health, all from breathing. In other words, it's not about how fast your heart beats, it's about how deeply your lungs fill. Try this, the 4-6-7 breathlet. Me walk you through a method approved by pulmonologists and sleep doctors alike. It's called the 4-6-7 breath, and it's perfect for beginners. Here's how. Sit upright in a calm space. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold that breath for 6 seconds. Slowly exhale through your mouth for 7 seconds. Repeat this cycle 5 to 7 times. It might feel awkward at first, my modern and unstoppable seniors, but trust me, your lungs and heart are listening. After just 1 week of this habit, many seniors report feeling more clear-headed, falling asleep faster, less shortness of breath during the day, and reduced stress levels. Bonus habit, purse-lip breathing. Feel breathless often, even without walking. Try this quick rescue technique. Inhale through your nose for 2 seconds. Purse your lips like you're blowing out a candle. Exhale slowly through your lips for 4 seconds. Do this 5 times. It helps you get more air out of your lungs, reduces breathlessness, and strengthens your diaphragm over time. Doctors say this can be a lifesaver for seniors with COPD, asthma, or even mild anxiety. A real-world example, Mirtha, 85, from Liverpool was having dizzy spells and brain fog. Her doctor told her to start breathwork before trying new medications. 2 weeks into daily for 6-7 breathing, she called her granddaughter and said, "I feel like someone plugged me back in. My energy came back." That's the power of conscious breath. It literally gives life. My modern and unstoppable seniors. Remember, if you can breathe better, you can live better with more calm, more clarity, and a stronger, more stable heart. You don't need a treadmill. You just need a chair, a quiet space, and your breath. Habit number 4, the silent toxins on your plate, my modern and unstoppable seniors. Here's a truth many don't want to face. Sometimes it's not what we lack in our diet that's hurting. It's what we're getting too much of. And according to senior health specialists, there are 2 sneaky substances showing up on your plate that could be slowly aging your heart, kidneys, and even your brain. Any guesses? They're not sugar or fat. They're salt and ultra-processed additives. The brain-body connection to what you eat. Doctors are now emphasizing the impact of chronic inflammation caused by what we eat. And no, we're not talking about extreme dieting or trendy food rules. We're talking about subtle everyday choices like the frozen dinner, canned soup, or even that low-fat snack bar you see. When you eat highly processed foods, especially ones loaded with sodium and chemical preservatives, it raises inflammation in your body. This kind of silent inflammation is linked to high blood pressure, kidney strain, cognitive decline, and even faster aging of the arteries. But here's the encouraging part. Doctors say that just 2 swaps a day can cut down this damage dramatically. Easy doctor-approved food swaps. Let's make this simple. My modern and unstoppable seniors, here are 3 easy doctor-recommended swaps. Swap 1. Instead of canned soup, choose low-sodium broth with fresh herbs. Pro tip. You can freeze soup in ice cube trays for easy portion swap. 2. Instead of packaged lunch meat, go for fresh cooked turkey or chicken slices, packed with protein and none of the hidden nitrates. Swap 3. Instead of salty snacks, snack on unsalted almonds or apple slices with nut butter. Keeps your brain sharp and your heart calm. These changes aren't about going perfect. They're about choosing fewer chemicals and less salt and more real foods that nourish you. Real seniors, real results. Let me tell you about Henry, 82, from Dublin. He was told by his doctor that his kidneys were starting to tire out. Instead of panic, Henry got smart. He began cooking twice a week with his grandson. No salt, no shortcuts. 3 months later, his blood pressure dropped. His energy came back, and he says, "I don't just feel healthier, I feel proud." Isn't that the goal? My modern and unstoppable seniors? Not just to live longer, but to live better with clarity, dignity, and joy in your choices. Final tip. Read the back of the box before buying anything with a label. Check the sodium content. Doctors recommend seniors aim for no more than 1,500 milligrams per day. That's about 2/3 of a teaspoon. Remember, if you can't pronounce the ingredient, your body might not know what to do with it either. So let food be your gentle medicine. It doesn't mean giving up flavor. It just means giving up the things that quietly take your years away. Ready for a habit that may surprise you next? It's something most people never think about when it comes to longevity. But it's one of the most powerful secrets revealed by doctors. Habit number 5. The mind practice that adds years to your life, my modern and unstoppable seniors. You've stretched, you've strengthened, you've nourished your body with smarter choices. Now, let's talk about something most people ignore until it's too late: mental resilience. Doctors around the world are now shouting this truth from the rooftops. Mental habits matter just as much as physical ones when it comes to living longer and better. Because what good is a strong body if your mind is anxious, foggy, or overwhelmed with stress? And guess what? You don't need a gym, a fancy mat, or even silence to build this habit. You just need a few minutes each day to reset your thoughts and bring your nervous system back into balance. Why stress ages you and calm keeps you young. Here's what happens when stress goes unmanaged. Your body releases cortisol constantly. Your heart rate stays elevated, inflammation rises, your immune system weakens, your sleep suffers, and your memory, it starts to fade faster. That's the bad news. But here's the fantastic news. Doctors now say that practicing daily calm through breathing, Mindfulness or guided relaxation can reverse many of those effects. In fact, seniors who develop a regular mental reset routine have shown better memory, improved heart function, decreased risk of depression, and even longer telomeres. Those are the parts of your DNA linked to aging. Daily calm, no walking required. Here's a simple doctor-recommended daily mental habit anyone can do. Sit comfortably in a chair or bed. Close your eyes gently. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out slowly. Through your mouth for 6 to 8 seconds. Repeat for 5 minutes if your mind wanders. That's normal. Just come back to your breath. This is called focused breathing, and it's one of the most powerful ways to train your mind to calm your body. You want to take it a step further? Many doctors recommend gratitude journaling or short guided meditations, which are now easily available on YouTube or even smart speakers. Real peace. Real longevity. There's a woman I once met named Beatrice, 88, from Barcelona. She had arthritis so bad she couldn't leave her home for months. Instead of spiraling, she began a morning ritual, a breathing exercise, a cup of herbal tea, and writing down 3 things she was grateful for every single day. Beatrice said, "I couldn't change my body right away, but I could change how I treated my mind." Today, she says she feels more alive than she did at 70. That's the power of peace. My modern and unstoppable seniors, when you protect your mind, your body responds, your heart rate softens, your sleep deepens, your decisions get clearer, and the years ahead feel worth living, not just surviving. Bringing it all together, so let's recap. Not as a checklist, but as a new way of living. You don't need to walk miles to stay strong. You don't need to push your joints to stay mobile. You don't need perfect health to create healthy habits. What you do need is this: a daily practice of stretching, strength, nutrition, stress reduction, and mental calm. These 5 habits recommended by doctors, embraced by seniors, and proven by science are here for you. And they're all possible, no matter your age or ability, because living longer isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body, your mind, and the gift of today. So here's to you, my modern and unstoppable seniors, to every step, stretch, breath, and choice that leads you closer to 100 healthy years and beyond. You've got this, and wellness for modern seniors is here for you every step of the way.